Hey everybody, this is Maria, and today I am doing a May favorites video. I am planning on making this a monthly staple video because then I can just chit chat about things that I'm enjoying that are not books or homeschooling or whatever I want them to be. So if you want a chitty chatty video, this is it. Welcome to my channel. I plan on telling you the things that are awesome about this month. May was a rough month for me, so it's nice to kind of look back and find the things that I really enjoyed about it. So, things that I loved about it. Oh, well, first up, I saw a lot of YouTube videos. I'm trying to catch up because May was kind of rough for me as far as I just didn't want to do anything. I think just a little bit of touch of depression or anxiety or I don't know, exhaustion, probably exhaustion. So I'm kind of slowly catching up on BookTube videos. And Problems of a Book Nerd did an April favorites video that was great, made me smile. So I thought, you know, I really should do those. So my first favorite thing from May was Problems of a Book Nerd's channel is great, and I will link it below, and you should watch her. She is adorable, number one. Number two, she's so interesting, and she is so smart and has great things to say about the books that she reads and just other things in general, not just books. She's the best shirts. Like she wore one for one of her videos and it had like books all over it. I really loved it. And she looks great in it. I don't know if I would necessarily, but she had one of her videos. She had this like flower pot that said, "Please don't die" on it. And I asked her about it and her girlfriend got it for her. Her girlfriend is also on her channel with her sometimes. And they're fun to watch too. Anyway, yes. So that's one thing. That was my favorite in May. Other things that are my favorites in May. Well, first up, this book is changing my life slowly. I think I'm on chapter 3, How to Talk So Little Kids Will Listen. It's by Joanna Faber and Julie King. Survival Guide to Life with Children ages 2 to 7. They have several other versions of how to talk so people listen, how to talk so little kids will listen, how to teach so kids, anyway. Yes. This book I desperately needed. I have a 2-year-old right now. I've had 2-year-olds twice before. And I know you survive, but it's always a little touch and go for a while. And my middle child also having kind of a hard time with life. So just from reading the first couple chapters, I have learned several things, or at least been reminded of several things. And I will give you 2 examples of techniques that I learned that worked in real life in the last 4 days, 3 days, guys. Okay. So first up, one thing they suggest doing is talking in funny voices or using inanimate objects to give commands instead of doing it yourself. So, instance number 1, I'm putting away laundry yesterday and I tell my 2-year-old to go put her shirts in her bin. No, because why would she want to do that? And no is her favorite word. So then I picked up this shirt and I said, "Can you please put me in your bin with my other shirt friends? I'm so lonely. I really, really want to be with her." And she said, "Oh, okay," and did it right away. So I'll take it. Second thing that happened, they talk about using your imagination to provide your kid with something that they would like to have that they can't have, or to relive past mistakes and fix them. So 2 days ago, my middle child decided that he did not want to talk to me for an hour. Like, literally would not talk to me for an hour. It was the most, and he's done this before. It's so frustrating, and he's so strong-willed, and he's the kind, if you get strict on him, he'll just buckle down more. Like, he's going to have a great backbone as an adult, but for right now, it's difficult. And so, I was kind of at my wit's end. And so I managed, he really was exhausted. It was why he was acting like this. And I managed to get him to his room and he went to sleep right away. So when he woke up, I had to talk about how that was not appropriate and you can't treat mommy like that. And so I said, "Why don't we pretend that you're a future version of yourself and you're going to go back in time and tell your old self what you should have done instead." And so I said, you know, "I'm going to pretend to be your old self and then you come back and tell me you're from the future and what I should do differently." So we talked about what he should tell me to do differently. He came up with it all on his own with some guiding. And so then we pressed the imaginary button and I pretended to throw a fit like his past self did, which was also kind of gratifying because you really want to do that when you're an adult sometimes. And then he said, no, you need to stop throwing fit. I am from the future, and I'm you, and you need to stop yelling at mommy, or you need to stop ignoring mommy because it's making her mad. And instead you should go lay down in your room and say, Mom, I need a break because I'm really frustrated right now. And it was fun. We were smiling at the end. Yeah. Just things that I wouldn't have necessarily thought of on my own. And I'm only on chapter 3. So that's number 1. Number 2, Ladybug Girl. My 2-year-old is obsessed with bugs right now. She collects worms. I think her record is 7 in her hand at a time. I feel really badly for the worms. But anyway, Ladybug Girl also really likes bugs. And they have some good interpersonal skill morals in there as well. It's good illustrations. So yeah, they're cute. Other things I am doing. I started keeping a notebook by my bed. And so each night before bed, I write 3 to 5 things that I want to do the following day so I can kind of keep my focus and get it out of my head so I'm not ruminating over not forgetting all night long, as well as a couple of highlights from the day. So I used to journal all the time, and I've just not had the time or energy lately. So this has been kind of a great interim replacement. Next up is this stack of books. My favorite photo book publisher maker went out of business at the beginning of the month, which was also a lot more stress-inducing than maybe normal people would have felt. Photo albums have been important to me since I was 5. My mom used to have a scrapbooking business that she did consulting work. I did it shortly. Photos are really important to me. For me, it's not like getting a cute page done. It's remembering my life. So I have books like photo albums that I made when I was 5 or 6. And I might have, I don't even know. I should count my albums at some point. But anyway, they're important to me. So if you have any good digital photo book makers that you want to recommend, please put them in the comments, because I'm kind of a little anxious about finding a replacement because I kind of get picky. I want them to be easy, customizable, lots of space for journaling. I can change things around. Yeah. And good high quality pages. Like these ones are really super thick and they lay flat. So kids, if they get a lot of abuse. So the first 2 are my kids album. So this is my youngest's baby album. And I'll show you cute pictures of her. Yeah. When she's a baby, she's just adorable. So, yeah. Yeah. She's just cute. So anyway, that is her album. And then I have my eldest's album. And again, these are pretty thick. They went up to 100 pages, which I also need ones that can accommodate lots. So this is one of my favorite pictures. It's my niece and nephew and my kids. I'm missing one niece and nephew in this picture, but I just love it. So in my kids' albums, I will write down like hopes for them, or things that I think that they've learned, their favorite memories, their favorite things, funny things that they said. A lot of times I'll even copy and paste it right out of Facebook. I do that also for our family album. So that's our family album cover. And in the family album, I will also not only include like good messages or posts that I'll have, but I will include, I'm a firm believer that you write the bad stuff in too. So when you're frustrated about things, like the year we had a miscarriage, I did a whole page spread on that. I think it's really important to document not just the good, but also the bad. Because otherwise nobody believes life was that good, because it's not. I also always include good recipes when I find them, like maybe our favorite recipe from the year with a huge picture of that food on there, a list of my favorite books from the year. So yeah, I really enjoy my family albums. And I always feel really grateful. They've actually done scientific research to prove that people who scrapbook actually feel more gratitude. So just saying. And this is my New York trip with my hubby. So let's see if I can find really great. Oh, this was one of my March favorites. Was the Strand bookstore. And then I always have food pictures in there. Francis Picabia. He was phenomenal. We saw his exhibition at MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, and it was just one of my favorites. So Let's see if I can find one. Let's see. Here's me and my hubby out on Times Square. So, yes. Anyway, it's always fun for me to get the books and go through them. And the kids have really, I mean, they just obsess over the books whenever I get them done. So other things that have been my favorites this month, we've done a lot more bird feeders this year as one of our personal family goals. And so we've seen a lot of goldfinches outside of our window, along with several other birds, but a lot of goldfinches, a lot. So I'm feeling like a nature guru for putting bird feeders out, which is a really simple thing you can do, I guess, to feel better about yourself. So that's another thing. Other things that I've enjoyed. So I talked about the Ladybug Girl. The audiobooks that we are listening to, we are on the third of the Red Pyramid Kane Chronicles series by RIck Riordian. It's a middle grade reader with Egyptian mythology characters told in modern day, and it's really fun to listen to. The audio version's phenomenal. It's told with a brother and sister narrative, so they switch back and forth between their two perspectives. There are also some very diverse characters. They're both biracial because they have the same parents, but the brother appears to be a lot more black than the sister. So they do have some more diverse characters in there, which I appreciate. It's just been really fun. My eldest is obsessed. He's been reading the graphic novels and talking about doing a Red Pyramid birthday party. And so did a Red Pyramid Lego set he created. So we've really been enjoying those. It'll be sad when those are done. But RIck Riordian is a family favorite, I think, is quickly becoming. Another things that I've really enjoyed on YouTube, other than Problems of a Book Nerd, some things that I loved watching this month. If you've not watched Lip Sync Battle before, it's another rabbit hole you might fall down. But Tom Holland, who I guess is going to be the new Spider-Man, did a cover, or did a lip sync version of Umbrella by Rihanna. And he starts off with doing like the Gene Kelly Singing in the Rain. And I was like, this is kind of lame. And he looks like a teeny bopper, like Justin Bieber lookalike. I just don't understand the appeal. And then they drop the Rihanna beat. And he comes out in this like Rihanna, like bustier, thigh high boot. I mean, like killed it. I think he danced better. He danced better than Rihanna. It was phenomenal. I've watched the video several times because I just couldn't believe how good it was. And I want to see the Spider-Man because he was just, so much better than a little teeny bopper. He like threw down. So that is another, and I will link that video below. Another video that I absolutely adored, and I've talked about her before, Krystal Marsh does some very, very creative videos on here. She did one on Van Gogh. She's on Van Gogh's reading life. I mean, she does a lot of amazing stuff. But she released a video that I just watched, Punk-Ass Book Jockeys Reading Culture in Parks and Rec. She did this whole long video on the reading culture and like analysis of the characters from Parks and Recreation, which is the Amy Poehler sitcom. Aziz Ansari's in it. Several other people are in it. And I just like, it was really fun to watch. If you like Parks and Rec and you're a reader, it is a must watch her video. And I will link that below. It was so fun. Really, really fun. And she hit the head on so many things I just wanted to hit like a million times. So that's another thing. Some other things that I've been listening to is the About Time soundtrack. This is my favorite movie, and I've just been listening to the soundtrack over and over again, borrowing it from the Hoopla app from my library. Another thing I've been listening to is the S-Town podcast, which if you've not listened to S-Town, it's hard to explain. I don't want to give anything away. It's kind of like a crime, murder, mystery, journalism, expose with really, really strange characters and you don't know who to trust. And I'm still kind of trying to figure out. I'm on episode 4. Everybody I know who's finished it just loved it. My husband thought it was amazing too. It is a true story, and it's interwoven with this journalist who gets called to this backwoods southern town in the middle of Podunkville, I don't know, to kind of investigate something, and then it just turns into something completely different. And it's sort of like, it reminds me a little bit of the Westing Game mixed with Hillbilly Elegy. yeah. It's so weird. Do not listen to it with kids around. I'm not a huge person who cares about language, but there's a lot of language and maybe more questionable content. So just don't. Unless your kids are a lot older, and then, I don't know, listen to it and talk about it. So the other podcast that I've really been enjoying is Shalom in the City. It's run by Osheta Moore, and she has several other co-podcast guests with her. But she's been talking this season. They've been doing several racial reconciliation episodes where she, as a black woman who's married to a white man, talks with a white woman who is married to a black man. And they kind of have very different experiences of life. They talk a lot about the honest truths and of things that we bring in with our own racial biases, how we can be peacemakers in our communities, how we can say things with grace and curiosity, but also not just ignorance and all, yeah. I don't know. They also have an online Facebook community, so that's been really great because you can ask questions and continue the discussion. Osheta is actually releasing a book in the fall, and I am on the launch team, so I will be reading that and reviewing that for you guys soon, hopefully. I'm really excited because she's such a kind, loving person with so much truth behind her, but she also she's not afraid of saying some hard things sometimes. So I'm excited about that. It is from a Christian perspective, although there's a lot on that podcast that I think would be great for anybody of a faith persuasion, as long as you don't mind listening to people make references to their faith. So anyway, that's Shalom in the City. And let's see. Oh, three more things. I know. I guess I had a better month than I thought. I guess I also got in a car accident this month, which is not good. My kid broke his glasses. So yeah, I'm glad I have all these good things too. The other things I'm enjoying watching, Outlander. My mom, season 1, she is like the special. She's a special series. Like, check out this. This is crazy. My husband's like, that's season 1. They have it packaged like beautifully. So this is, they have like all, and then it's like a book almost. And then the discs are in here. And then she has, what is in this special drawer? They have like all this like artwork, as well as a flask that says Sassenach on it. So that's my mom. My mom has never fangirled on anything in her life, and it is so fun to watch right now. She's actually currently in Europe. They left yesterday, and they're going, part of it is they're going on the Scotland Outlander tour, and they got their measurements taken to do like a costume day, and they're going to be going to several of the places that they film at. I think next year she's going on a cruise with Diana Galbanin, who wrote it, and she's like excited to ask her questions. Like, she is legit into this. There's actually a workout group started by the actor who plays Jamie, and she's been doing that and like losing a bunch of weight and getting to know friends, that like meetup groups. So it's been really fun to watch my mom fangirl. So yeah, also Outlander, do not watch these with kids. Not only is there some very violent parts, it is very true to the nature of the time period, in which case things were just out there, whether it was violence or sex, it was out there. So there are also several, I would say, softcore verging on hardcore pornish things in this. It's a Stars, I think it's Stars or HBO who puts it out, but I'm enjoying it. And my parents are obsessed with it, so that's fun too. So, and then the last, Mercy Street, which I mentioned in another video, is another, there are some violent, gory things in Mercy Street. It is a Civil War drama. It's told at a Civil War hospital. The main character is the guy who played Ted in How I Met Your Mother, and I just finished season 2 and really enjoyed it. So I've been kind of binging on other Civil War things, like reading Cold Mountain. The last thing is an artist that we found, and it's he's a Mexican artist. It's Octavio Ocampo, and it's just really cool. Okay, so this is the cover, and you can see it's a woman's face, but it's also like birds. And all of his pictures are like this, where you look at one thing and you see something else. So this is the one that my kids fell for when we were looking at another art book. So you can see the old and the old woman and the old man, but you could also see the young man with the guitar singing to a woman and like seeing their past together. So it's just really like, he does amazing stuff. I mean, here's this one. And you look closer, you see the elephants down there and the people. It's just, yeah, look up Octavio Ocampo because he just is really incredible. Oh, this is just really cool. So I ended up buying a book used of his works of art, and he has several famous people that he has painted. So you can see people in history. I think there's a Mozart one, and so I think that would be really fun next year for school is when we're going over a historical figure, if he's done a painting of it, to spend some time looking at that painting. And because my boys just stared at this forever, and I probably could have too, because it's just so different and just so different. So we will be researching him a lot more next school year. So this is a long favorites video. Anyway, very sorry if it was too long. I guess I enjoyed my month more than I thought I did. So thank you for giving me this little bright spot in my day, because I needed it apparently. So I will be making this probably a monthly favorites video, unless you guys really hate it, in which case I still might make it because I enjoyed it. So I will talk to you all later. What were your favorites from the month? I want to know too, because I like finding out other cool favorites, whether you do videos or not. If you've done a favorites video and you want to link it below, do that, because I haven't gotten a chance to. And I will try and remember to link all of the information to people down below. See ya. Bye.